Welcome. Thank you for being part of this course, which explores leadership in the context of environment sustainability using ecosystems and the natural world to draw leadership lessons from. I'm Mike Schreiberg, and I'll be working to guide you on a professional and personal journey, as leadership is inherently personal. And so I want to start off by introducing a bit about myself, my background, and what led me here, and how I plan to foster your leadership development. I'm currently a professor of practice and engagement at the University of Michigan School for Environment and Sustainability, with concurrent appointments as the Director of Engagement at the Cooperative Institute for Great Lakes Research and Michigan Sea Grant. Intellectually, my training is diverse and interdisciplinary. I sometimes say that I'm a person without a field, but perhaps better put, I'm an interdisciplinary scholar with multiple fields and streams of knowledge. For me, it all starts with the natural world. I have a biology and society degree from Cornell's College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, and that factors very heavily into how I view leadership from an ecological lens. After some time in consulting, I earned an MS and PhD in resource policy and behavior from where my faculty appointment is now at the University of Michigan, the school commonly known as SEAS, and this factors very heavily into how I view change, processes, and advocacy. I've been studying and practicing environmental leadership for 20 plus years, with most of my time being spent in the NGO sector, the nonprofit sector. Most recently, I was the Great Lakes Regional Executive Director for the National Wildlife Federation, and previously I spent time at organizations called the Ecology Center and Environment America. These roles have involved managing many people and leading on complex issues, with a particular focus at the intersection of water, climate, and justice. I'll bring these experiences, including some honesty about my many missteps along the way, into some of the examples that I'll bring into the course. Leadership stems from inspiration, and I have two clear streams. One is my family. My own nuclear and extended family drive much of my passion and work. The second, which comes into play directly with sustainability leadership, is the natural world. If I wasn't a professor, I'd try to be a nature photographer or a park ranger, and my great passion is hiking and exploring. I've had the great privilege of spending a lot of time in natural areas around the world, from the Himalayas to the Andes to Mount Kilimanjaro, and I've deeply explored my own home in the Great Lakes region of the US and Canada. I've spent the last 10 summers teaching about climate change near the Grand Tetons in Wyoming, USA, one of the areas that I draw great inspiration from. The beauty of the natural world drives my passion for conservation and drives this passion for helping people find their leadership pathways. Given that background, it's perhaps not surprising that you'll find this course is organized in part by looking at ecological models as inspiration for leadership. Ecosystems have multiple nodes, and while there may be keystone species, my view and how nature works is that there is a leadership role for all beings. This diagram shows that structure as it relates to the course, with the recognition that structure is inherently circular in nature. We'll begin by focusing individually and internally. This is where our values and vision come from. Then we'll turn to how we interact with others, largely in one-on-one ways, including the power dynamics behind leadership and how we manage conflict. Then we'll continue to expand our view out, to look at how groups of individuals act within organizations, and what that means for advocacy and environmental leadership. Through this all, we'll have two cross-cutting themes. One is how Indigenous knowledge contributes to sustainability leadership, something that each module will include. The second is the impact of diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice on sustainability theory and practice. Both these perspectives are critical for personal and professional development. Through this all, you'll be working through cases, listening in on my discussions with leaders on the ground, and reading or listening to cutting-edge work, all while creating a personalized workbook that will aggregate to your own sustainability leadership plan. This will truly be a journey, and I'm very pleased that you've chosen to take this with me.